Have you seen that new show on Netflix? Trumpzilla Attacks China.
Got it. Are you talking about the new show in this segment new on Netflix that is a fictional show and then we go to a real show? Are you talking about that show?
Yeah, but we weren't supposed to describe the segment thing. We're just supposed to kind of make it. So you want to describe the segment and then go into the fictitious?
I did see it. Here's and this is the problem. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It is a real show, and they actually have a beta viewing audience because they're making final cuts to it, and it is crazy, and it's Donald Trump working his way into China because he wants to build Trump Tower China. Like that's his main goal, and that's a real thing that actually did happen. He's been trying to get contracts for that for several decades, and when he gets to China, he finally managed to build Trump Tower, and he's like so excited. He's like, "Oh, Trump Tower! It's the biggest Trump Tower ever. It's the biggest, most beautiful building in all of China." He likes to say things are big and beautiful.
Too bad you
he's
can't.
Like, look
too
at
bad
it.
you can't do a Trump impersonation because he says China.
Giant. No, he says giant. I can try. Everybody has a shitty Trump impression. Okay, it is actually now I'm having trouble. I had Mitch McConnell. I was so proud of myself for my Mitch McConnell one. Donald Trump. It's more. I think with him, it's you capture the essence. I mean, he's a kind of like raspy, sort of monotone. China. Yeah, it's the biggest, most beautiful building in all of China. It's Trump China. It's big. It's beautiful. It was an ugly, horrible landscape. Very bad, no good. And then we built Trump Tower China, and China instantly became the #1 country in all of the world other than America, because we still have to make America great again. But it was always great, and it's definitely greater than China, even though it's not as great as China was before, because now China has Trump Tower China. And at that point, what happens in the show is they actually kidnap him, because this was all part of you find out in the show. God, fucking spoilers alert, guys. I have to. I don't know how. It's one of those shows where like you can't like talk about it without giving it away. Have you ever seen shows like that?
Yeah.
But
dark.
So what happens is we learn in the show that this was all part of China's plan to lure Donald Trump into a vulnerable position where they could abduct him, and they take him to this secret laboratory in Wuhan, China, where it's revealed all along they've been doing all kinds of like crazy biological experiments. Like they've been working on developing like crazy viruses, and like they've been like crossbreeding animals. Like they've got they have crazy animals. They've got like this big like panda, and it's bigger. It's like a 10-foot tall panda, but they've crossed it with a bat. So like it actually has like bat wings, so it can't. The fucked up part is like it was really that one imaging was horrifying, because the wings were only like a little bit bigger than a normal bat's wings, so it couldn't fly. It was just this sort of like scaly black panda with these tiny little flapping wings, and it had this high pitch like that was the noise it made. It still shakes me to my core. So anyhow, when they get Trump there, they try to crossbreed Trump with a fruit bat. They also have some sort of like error in the genetic coding that makes him. It's like a giant Trump. It still has like the blonde hair, but just sort of like a leathery face, and like it has bigger bat wings, so he can kind of fly. He can get off the ground like a little bit, and then he crashes back down. And the problem was there was an error in the genetic sequencing. So he grows to like 100 times his normal height. So it's this giant Trump fruit bat monster that's like flapping around, and he goes on this crazy reign of destruction through all of China. The whole series ends where he's like climbed on top of the Trump Tower China, and there's like all these Chinese fighter jets, and he's trying to fight them off, and he's holding it. So he's holding on to Ivanka. That was the first thing he did when he became giant Trump, the giant Trump monster. He went to the hotel where Ivanka was staying, and he like picked her out, and he's just carrying her around, and is like, that's probably the funniest thing about the Trump monster. His hands are still only slightly bigger than his real hands. he's got like the tiniest little, this giant monster, huge like head, like jaw with just saliva and spit dribbling out, the golden blonde hair, black leathery skin, and these tiny little hands in proportion. But he's gripping Ivanka. It's just big enough where he can get one of his hands around her waist, and he's just holding her, trying to fight off these fighter jets. And they just finally launch a bunch of missiles at the Trump monster and Ivanka, and they blow him up, and they blow up the Trump Tower China. It's in rubble, and the crazy part though is they're searching at the end. They're searching for him in the rubble. They're like, he was a giant monster. Where did he go? And they can't find the body. And there's just this like trail of ooze, like it's like the Trump slime that's like leading away from the Trump Tower China, and it goes into the ocean. And they're like, he had to have died. There's no way he could have survived that. Just a complete brutal massacre of the Trump monster. There's no way he could be back. And then just at the end, there's like one guy who's like, or will he? And then it cuts out. I was like, oh God, there's gonna be a season 2. So basically what I'm telling you is, guys, if you have not already seen, I'm sorry, what was the name of this again?
Trumpzilla Invades China.
Trumpzilla Invades China. It's really good. I may have probably spoiled the ending for you a little bit, but I wanted to get you guys all caught up, because season 2, probably sometime in the next 4 years, I would guess, is going to come out. And like, get yourselves ready for season 2. It's going to be fucking bananas. I mean, this season got a 88% bananas on Rotten Bananas. And I think season 2 is probably going to get 100% bananas. So get ready and buckle up. I recommend it. Great series.
I heard a rumor that's going to be Trumpzilla versus Kumothra.
Oh, good Lord. It could happen. Oh, you're right. There has to be a second monster for the sequel, because in the first monster movies, it's just one monster, and then in the sequel, there's always a second monster. Fuck, you're smart, Mondo. You should get on the writing for this show.
Or Mecha Biden.
At that point, yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to be mechanical in some way for him to keep fighting.
Well, he is old as fuck. They're gonna have to make him a robot.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a Terminator heart in him or something. But
Hey degenerates, it's Aaron here. You can follow us at all the social media thingies, links below. And please, for the love of Charlie Sheen's Ghost, subscribe to us on YouTube and wherever podcasts are podcasted.